The next one is that free market money will emerge. So I'm going to put this FM standing for free market money. Now, again, let me stress this point. Throughout 6,000 years, we've seen this same cycle appear time and time again throughout every nation on the planet, through every empire, through every society and every civilization. Free market money simply comes about for this one reason. We've talked briefly now, just a moment ago, about a barter of exchange economy. It works well because people want to trade what they are producing with other people in this division of labour, that different people producing different things. But one thing that is not good in a barter of exchange economy is the ability to exchange quickly and easily. What I mean by that, let's say I produce beef cattle and I produce a very valuable side of beef, but I just want to buy one loaf of bread from the baker who has applied his labour to producing grain and then taking that grain and turning it into loaves of bread. So very often in an exchange transaction where, let's say, the timberman or the lumberman is wanting to exchange his timber for some food and vegetables or whatever it is, it really requires something of value to help that exchange process. Now, when this free market emerged, one of the men within that economy liked to apply his natural resources to mining and exploring for minerals. And in that process, he developed a mine which mined gold and silver. Very, very time consuming, takes a lot of labour, it's also highly risky. And eventually, by producing gold and silver within that free market economy, it had a very high intrinsic value because gold and silver is very, very rare. It's very hard to find, and of course, it's very difficult to mine. But once it is mined, it has a huge intrinsic value. Now, the point of free market money is that throughout most of 6,000 years, we found that this element right here, a piece of gold, has naturally become the money that people have chosen within this free market. In other words, when a free market has existed, what has always happened is that as money has naturally emerged, most of the time when there is the availability of gold and silver, then naturally people will select gold and silver to be the money of choice within this free market economy. Again, the reason is it's so valuable, it's so hard to mine, it's got such a high intrinsic or stored wealth or stored labour component behind the production of that gold and silver itself. I think one of the other important aspects of what makes gold and silver work so well as money is there's so much value locked inside that small piece, which makes it very convenient and easy for me to be able to slip it in my pocket and then walk around with something that represents a large amount of goods and services. So within that economy, a small piece of gold will buy a large amount of wealth. So I guess one of the things too about it is the fact that gold is universally recognised. In fact, the piece of gold I just showed you a moment ago could have come from Egypt, the mines of ancient Egypt, or it could have come from the desert sands of Australia or the deep underground mines of South Africa. It makes no difference. I straight away look at it, I can feel the texture, I can see the lustre, and I can feel the weight of the gold relative to its size, and I straight away instantly recognise that to be pure gold. And anybody in the world can instantly and quickly recognise pure gold or pure silver. That's why for 6,000 years now, this has worked so well as free market money. So now, in step one, we saw that a free market emerged as men and women started to apply their labour to the natural resources around them. And that, of course, results in the production of items that are essential to the preservation of human life within that free market economy. That was the free market that emerged. Naturally, there was a need for money in the exchanging of the goods and services within that economy, and naturally a free market money emerged.